Hello and welcome to CATEX TV on today, Tuesday the 14th of January. Berkshire Hathaway is the reinsurer backing a 3-year deal to support the 2014-15 International Group Reinsurance Program renewal, as revealed by the Insurance Insider. Under the terms of the deal, Berkshire Hathaway's reinsurance operations, led by Ajit Jain, will write a 5% line on 2 layers, which provides $1 billion of protection in excess of $100 million on a 3-year basis. The new placement further reduces the open market share of the first $500 million excess layer from 70% to 65% of whole. This means that underwriters on this layer, which took a 75% share of the Costa Concordia loss and the MV Rena losses in 2011-2012 year, are now receiving 11% less of the richly rated layer than when the about $800 million of losses were incurred. Also within the reinsurance market, RITC Syndicate Management, the Lloyd's legacy managing agency backed by investor George Soros and private equity house Pinebrook, is working with the Corporation of Lloyd's to develop a live underwriting business. RITC SM is engaged with Bob Stevenson, the head of relationship management at Lloyd's, and is being asked to follow much of the same procedure as a new entrant, even though it is already part of the market. It is understood that the targeted premium volume for 2014 for the syndicate, which expects to start writing live business on the 1st of July, is in the tens of millions, and that stamp capacity in 2015 would likely be around $100 million or less. RITC, which is led by former Terra Nova CEO Nigel Rogers, has already hired underwriters who would look to target niche areas of the market across multiple lines of business. Today, Egyptians are voting on a new constitution amid high security in a referendum likely to prompt a presidential bid by army chief who overthrew Islamist President Mohamed Morsi. The military-installed government implored voters to turn out en masse to ratify the constitution, with the country's lingering polarization underscored by the explosion of a small bomb in Cairo that happily caused no injuries. An Islamist coalition led by Morsi's Muslim Brotherhood has called for a boycott and civilized peaceful protests during the 2 days of polling, and the Interior Ministry has pledged to confront attempts to disrupt voting. Defense Minister Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the general overthrew Morsi in July, visited a polling station at a North Cairo school after voting began to survey the security preparations. A ferry carrying over 200 people away from fighting to safety across the White Nile has capsized, killing all on board in South Sudan. The accident happened near South Sudan's city of Malakal, a scene of fierce fighting between troops loyal to President Salva Kiir and rebel soldiers aligned to former Vice President Riek Machar. Philip Auger, an army spokesman, said, "The reports we have are of between 200 and 300 people, including women and children. The boat was overloaded, they all drowned. They were fleeing fighting that broke out again in Malakal." 2 German diplomats have survived a shooting attack on their car while on a visit to eastern Saudi Arabia, according to state news agency SPA, but their vehicle was apparently burned. SPA quoted a police spokesman as saying that authorities were investigating the rare incident which took place in the town of Awamaya yesterday. No other details were immediately available. In Berlin, a foreign ministry spokesman said, "I can confirm that there was an incident during a drive out in the country. The car was shot at and it caught fire. There were no injuries. The embassy in Riyadh has launched an investigation." An explosion at a legal gambling hall in a village in China's southwest Guizhou province killed 14 people and injured several others, according to authorities. The blast struck at about 2:30 p.m. local time yesterday in Laoshan village, according to the Provincial Emergency Management Office. While the cause of the explosion officially remained under investigation, police believe it was set deliberately and are treating the incident as a crime. Gambling is illegal in China, and such operations are mostly connected to organized crimes. Guns are strictly controlled, making homemade bombs the weapon of choice. Indian security forces say they have killed 3 fighters in a gun battle in Indian-administered Kashmir. Soldiers and police special forces yesterday cordoned off the Dangapura village southwest of the main Srinagar on suspicion that fighters were hiding inside, sparking the mid-afternoon gun battle, according to police. Police Superintendent Abdul Qaum said, "We have seen 3 bodies so far, 2 more could still be engaged in fighting." And finally, on a happier note, India is marking 3 years without any new recorded cases of polio, a feat that is expected to prompt the World Health Organization to declare the country polio-free in March. The war to eradicate polio has been one of India's public health success stories, with a relentless and orchestrated public campaign to reach the remotest corners of the country over a decade. Until 2009, India accounted for more than half the world's polio cases. An 18-month-old baby was detected with polio in January 2011 in the Hora, near the eastern city of Kolkata, and was a last reported case of the disease in the country. That's all from us today. We'll be back with you at the same time again tomorrow. Until then, thank you and goodbye.